Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. First of all, very warm welcome to everybody. Welcome to North Wales. I'm very pleased to see so many people here today. So I just want to say a few quick words before we start with the main speakers. First of all, is a welcome to everybody and some thank yous, particularly to all our sponsors who help support this event. Without sponsorship, it's very difficult to organise these types of events. So first of all, a big thank you to all those sponsors that you can see on the screen there. Your support is very much appreciated. Some housekeeping notices. If there's no planned practice of the fire alarm, so if the fire alarm does go, there's 2 exits here, one at the back of the room as well. And you make your way, don't use the lifts, make your way down the staircases, and you meet outside on the promenade on the other side of the road, on the seaside of that. Phones, mobile phones, please make sure they're on silence. Switched off ideally, but silence. I know you're all busy business people, so need to stay in touch, but please make sure they're on silence. Tweeting. We'd like people to tweet. I don't really understand how to do that, so I'm just learning myself, but if you come to @BC, you'll bring us up, so please include that. And if you mention International Power Products Symposium, that would be brilliant. And we will try and retweet as much stuff as well, so we get a bit of traffic going, hopefully, over the day and tomorrow as well. The programme. We've got a great programme. Oh, and I have an apology. You should have had a delegate list. We're sorting that out. We did print them off, but we left them back at the office. I apologise for that. So they will be sorted out, and we will hopefully either at lunchtime or at the coffee break you'll be able to get a delegate list. So I apologise for that. Got a great programme. I think it reflects a lot of the current issues and trends that we're seeing in industry. And we're going to start off looking at VOCs and emissions with Martin Nollemeyer, giving an overview of evaluating VOCs from buildings. And then we have Simon Corby talking about VOCs in the indoor environment. And then Sergey talking about scavenging technologies as well. We've got a coffee break scheduled at 10:40, and then we go into a plywood and laminates session with some interesting speakers there as well. So we've got quite a packed programme. We will try and keep everybody running to time. If I start standing up, getting nervous, you're getting towards the end of your timing, so that's a signal for you to start winding down. So give you 2 minutes to wind down then, Simon. Okay. Good. We also have slightly different at the end of today, and Martin will mention this as well. We have an open meeting, and this open meeting is focusing on VOCs and formaldehyde issues, and we would like to encourage everybody who has an interest in that, and particularly industry, to participate in that open meeting. A number of times we've been trying to attract some funding through the cost action. Some of you may be aware of what cost is all about. But we've been trying to win some funding from Cost Action to put together a network of people to look at some of the issues that we face within the industry. And Martin's going to be leading that discussion, trying to reshape that, because we've failed to get some money at the moment. We're trying to reshape what direction we go in the future, and we'd really like input from industry and input from researchers in that sector. So a little bit of a change to our normal programme. That's an open meeting. It's going to be like a workshop discussion. It won't take too long, but we really need to get your views and inputs at that. So that'd be great. We've managed to, the other year, we didn't get the proceedings printed on time. We missed out the delegate list, but we've got the proceedings here on time. And if you may notice, this proceedings has actually got a bit of a dedication in the front there to a past colleague, one of my PhD supervisors, and Phil's PhD supervisor, Bart Banks. There's a bit of a dedication there, and Bart Banks set me on my career in terms of wood science and encouraged me to collaborate with industry, and he was one of the founders of the Biocomposite Centre. But more interesting, a lot of his career focused on chemical modification of both solid wood and MDF fibre, and I actually studied modification of MDF fibre as part of my PhD under his supervision. And you see some of this technology only just coming to the marketplace now, and that was a lot of that research was back in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, and it's only just been really commercialised now. And it just sort of proves a point to me how long it takes to get technology into the marketplace in our sector, which is an issue and a challenge when we look at other sectors in terms of their speed of getting technology out. So one of the things I'd like to sort of try and focus on to thinking about the development time of new technologies and some of the research trends that we have seen in the last year in the centre, working with industrial partners and with academics. Again, as usual, a lot of focus around resin technologies. Our pilot plans, some of the guys can't be here today, this week because they're working with another research organisation testing out different resins over in Mona. So still lots of interest in looking at new types of bioresins or low emission resins. I've also seen this year a lot of interest in adding value to the co-products. So people are looking at their biomass, what's coming out of the biomass, the wood, and trying to get as much, as the cost of that wood has increased, trying to get as much value out of it as possible. And there's lots of interest in that coming not just from the panel sector but from the pulp and paper sector as well. So that could be an issue for the panel sector in the future. The other area that we've seen a lot of interest is in novel composites. We've been doing quite a lot of research on new types of plies and how those are shaped into different types of three-dimensional poles and laminate structures. So those are some of the research themes that we've been encountering. And when I listen to industry, the trends in industry, we see off-site construction still being talked about a lot, and the impact that off-site construction can have on our sector, I think is really valuable. There's lots of opportunities there. Structural timber, CLT, again, laminate structures, plywood, lots of interest in that. And then the other thing that keeps cropping up is skills and the gap in skills. And when I've, looking around, it's great to see so many young people here today as well, but the industry does need new skills and younger people to come in as well. So there's lots of discussion of how we can do that, and things like cost actions, for example. I've seen great opportunities for training within cost actions, and we've also been involved here in Bangor in a lot of short scientific missions which have allowed people to come and work in our labs, and I think those are great ways to engage and develop skills and give people opportunities in their early careers. And talking about early careers, we also have the Harry Earl Memorial Scholarship, and that's an award that we give out to people, to early career research scientists, either in academia or in industry, a £500 bursary to allow them to travel. Doesn't have to come just to IPPS or a masterclass, it can be used elsewhere. The application forms are on the website, and we encourage people, if you know people, to apply for that, and we can award some money to help develop their careers. So lots of opportunities, and I hope today and tomorrow we're able to share lots of new ideas. There'll be lots of discussions as we're going along, and I hope that can be used to sort of help develop new products and processes in the future, and perhaps to speed up that process as well, not to have 20 years to get into the market, maybe 5 years or something like that. That would be great.